watching. Oh no, of course you're not. You're playing the shitty new FIFA game. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Carefree TV. It's the day that obviously FIFA 15 comes out. I'm not a fan of FIFA. I think it sort of ruins football a bit. I feel that people who aren't proper fans, who don't go to games, who might watch Match of the Day once in a month and think they know football, it gives them a chance to think that they can talk football, but they can't. But anyway, here we will talk about Chelsea. We'll talk about it properly. Get down to every single, everything in tactics, in reviews, in passionately, whatever. Okay. Starting off, Aston Villa at home this weekend. Now Villa, obviously last week they played Arsenal at home and they got beat 3-0. But they were actually quite unfortunate because they had a bug in their camp which took out a few of their players. But they actually did hold their own, quite well in that game. It was only sort of a 10-minute spell where Arsenal, were able to get 3 goals and effectively kill the game like that. I think that Paul Lambert is a good manager. He's brought players like Hutton and Zogbia, Darren Bent, pretty much from out the dead back into the team to add to the experience. They actually had a pretty promising young squad as well. Players like Westwood, Dell, Vyman. Players who I rate quite highly, so I think it is going to be a difficult game. I feel that they will, they're gonna. I don't think they'll show us any fear because our past 3 games we didn't look pretty ordinary. I thought against City we were, defensively we were quite good, but going forward we got for nothing. Against Schalke we were shit. I'm just gonna get brutally honest there. And Bolton, it was our weaker team, but we did waste a lot of chance. So I think Villa are going to come here fearlessly, and I think they're going to give us a tough game. How I think we're going to line up, I think that pretty much the players who played in the League Cup are unlikely to play, apart from I think Oscar will, because I think that Mourinho probably said to him, go out there, show me what you can do, and you'll start on Saturday. And he was our best player by Amal pretty much. He was fantastic. He's got a goal, created chances, he came close on several occasions. I think Courtois will get another chance to goal because obviously Czech conceded in midweek. He could do nothing about that. That was a great header, but we are conceding goals. I do think that the problem is partly down to John Terry. I think he is not the centre-back he used to be, but against Man City he was absolutely brilliant, so don't know what's going to happen there. I think Czech will be in goal. I think that Dave will continue at left-back because I think he was outstanding against City. I don't think they didn't really get in behind our our fullbacks at all, apart from obviously for their goal. Apart from that, we kept them. He shut them out. I think he'll continue at left back. Terry Cahill, Ivanovic, Felipe Luis. He will get a chance. I'm convinced about it. Just I don't know where he's going to go because everyone's cancelling each other out. Everyone thought Dave right back, Ivanovic maybe centre back or be dropped. Luis comes in left back. Everyone is playing quite well in defence. We are just conceding a few stupid goals. In the midfield, obviously in midweek we had played Nathan Ake and Mikel, 2 players who I have completely contrasting opinions. Mikel, I think that he's lucky that he's been at the club for 9 years. He doesn't do anything wrong in particular, but he just slows our play down. He doesn't really offer anything going forward. He isn't like a rock at the back either. He just sort of wanders through games, plays the ball sideways and backwards, and just sort of gets a sort of 5/6 out of 10 rating week in, week out. So people call that consistent. I call that lazy and shit. So obviously Mikel won't play. Ake, I think he played well. I think his comparison between him and Ruud Gullit, I think that could be taking a bit too far, but he looks a real bright prospect, and I don't think he'll play, but I think he might even get some game time. I think he might make the bench, but I think it will be Nemanja Matic in midfield with Ramirez. I think Ramirez has looked a different player this year compared to last year, where he just kept getting suspended. He looks like the player who will bring us box to box. He got sent off against Villa away last year. He might want to revenge that. I think Ramirez could be a key player today. He's going to have to sit tight on Delph and Westwood, who can, boss the play if they want to. And obviously we know what Matic can do. I think Oscar will go out wide on the right, which I think he played for Brazil. He did look quite good. He went there for Swansea, looked good. I think it is a potential position for him because while he hasn't got the blistering pace, he's got his deliveries and crosses are fantastic. He can make runs inwards, and he can make runs sort of in behind, shoot across goal. He's got the skill. I think right midfield rather than right wing could be a potential position for Oscar, and he played well midweek, so I think he will play. I think Fabregas will be in the number 10. I think he leaves too many spaces when he's playing in the holding role, but further forward, that is his role. That's what he wants in the number 10. And then I think Hazard will be outright. I've not played Willian, firstly because I did think he played quite well against City, but I think in this game he's not a goal scorer, is he? He's more about work rate than sort of getting goals and getting assists. He's more just start doing the dirty work, and I think that at home to Villa we have to go and take them on. And I'm not playing Schürrle because he's an impact player. Saw against at the World Cup for Germany, his best play came coming off the bench. Same for us last year at times. He comes on, he livens it up, but I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got the discipline yet in him to last the whole game starting. And I think last week against City was a perfect demonstration. He comes off the bench, he scores a goal. That's what he does best. But then also their goal was an example of what he does lack. He does lack that discipline to sort of support the fullbacks. So I think Schürrle will be on the bench for this game, and I think up front Diego Costa, if he's fit. I think that Remy and Drogba, neither of them. I think Remy's better than Drogba, but I don't think either of them are should be a patch on Diego Costa. But because Remy missed a lot of chances against Bolton midweek and against Schalke as well when he played. Drogba just looks overage and passed it pretty much. So I think that'll be the team. Then of course players like Schürrle or Willian, they might come into play at some point. Obviously, this weekend's actually quite a good chance for us because both Arsenal and Liverpool are involved in derbies. They could drop points there. So they are still rivals. I still do consider them rivals for the title. So we just want them to drop as many points as possible. I think City looked brilliant in midweek in the League Cup, so I think they'll win. Can't quite remember who they're playing just yet. So obviously, if you can, pull yourself away from FIFA and stop sort of getting hacked, so maybe they include an extra eyebrow on Ronaldo or whatever to make it that extra bit more realistic, then watch this video and stay tuned when I do my next video, which will be predicting all of the scores for this weekend. And if the match review comes out a bit late for this game, it'll be because I'll be at the game, because there's a potential that there might be a ticket available. However, I have got a ticket for Crystal Palace away, so there will be an away day video when that comes out, which will be similar to my ones of AFC Wimbledon and St United. So keep the blue flag flying. I see you in the next video. Goodbye.